His Excellency the President already. They enter the hall and the ceremony will start at any moment.
Dr. Julius Mother. Please be seated.
Constitution of Sierra Leone, 1981, Act number 6 of 1981, provides for the establishment of the Office of Attorney General and Minister of Justice, who shall be the principal legal advisor to the government and the minister. Subsection 2 of the aforementioned Section 64 provides for the President to appoint the Attorney General and Minister of Justice from among persons qualified to hold office as a Justice of the Supreme Court and shall have a seat in Cabinet. In accordance with the provisions of the Constitution of Sierra Leone, Act number 6 of 1981, it please Your Excellency on Monday, 6 July, to appoint Anthony Yewo as Attorney General and Minister of Justice. Having practiced law for over 2 decades, Anthony Yewo is qualified to hold office as a Justice of the Supreme Court of Sierra Leone in accordance with Section 1353 Minister of Justice. Now, therefore, I have pleasure in the fulfillment of Section 57 of the Constitution of Sierra Leone to present to Your Excellency Anthony Yewo Esquire, Attorney General and Minister of Justice, to take and subscribe the oath of office for the due execution of his duties. Anthony Yewo, Barrister at Law and Solicitor of the High Court of the Republic of Sierra Leone, Attorney General and Minister of Justice. Please stand up. Are you a Christian or a Muslim? Move forward, take the Bible in the right hand. And the oath and repeat after me. I,
Anthony Yewo,
do hereby in the name of God,
hereby in the name of God,
swear that I will faithfully and truly discharge the duties of the Attorney General and Minister of Justice of the Republic of Sierra Leone, that I will support, uphold, and maintain the Constitution of Sierra Leone, as by law established. So help me God. You sign the oath of office in the presence of the Secretary and then
The Honorable Vice President, the Honorable Chief Justice, Chief Minister, Deputy Ministers, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, good morning. Mr. Breyo, I want to take this opportunity to congratulate you on the appointment and to let you know that you have a daunting task ahead of you. Daunting in the sense that we want to do quite a lot in that sector. And as the minister, and Attorney General, we are going to depend on you. But I have no doubt in my mind that you have lived your whole life in that sector and that you are going to bring to bear on the job that you have all the connections, networks, and the experience that you have put together all throughout your life. We need to make access to justice as easy as possible. We need to unclog the judicial system. There are so many cases that are remaining. Luckily, you have the Chief Justice with you. So we are going to depend on you to lead the process. Of course, you must have had your own experiences, and I don't think you want your juniors to have that similar experience because it has not been the pleasant one. So it is your own task to make sure that you unblock all of the challenges, all of the things that have been going on that you don't think is correct. You have my full support, and I wish you the best tenure of office. Congratulations.
Attorney General and Minister of Justice, do you make a statement?
Your Excellency, Mr. President, the retired Brigadier Julius Madabio, Mr. Vice President, the Chief Justice, Justices of the Superior Courts of Judicature, I must first of all thank God for this elevation, and after that I thank His Excellency the President for favoring me with this position. I've taken the oath of office, and I give you my word that I will do my best, as I've been doing in the legal field, to carry out the duties and functions entrusted to me. I shall draw on the numerous support and networks I've created all over the last 30 years as a lawyer, and I wish that you will give me those support. I need not enumerate, but I have a very wide support, both in the judiciary and private bar, and I look forward. My office is open to each and every lawyer, to each and every judge, and I believe the office of the senior judges of the judicature will be open to me. Thank you for coming today. And your presence here today indicates that you are ready to work with me so that we further the President's and the government's agenda in the new direction. I thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Newly sworn Attorney General and Minister of Justice. Please be seated. May I kindly request the Attorney General to go to flag for a photo opportunity with the President. And may I kindly also request that we stay in our seats until we finish this part of the program.
Of course, we don't come to the end of the session, just a very short ceremony. Just a very short ceremony this morning. The swearing of the newly appointed and Minister of Justice, Mr. Anthony Yewa Viva, where, of course, the President just took the oath of office right in front of the President. Well, this is just then they get a photograph. This, they take a photograph whereby together with the President take a photograph, and immediately after the photograph, well, finally the session comes to a close. But this is a very short ceremony as the Attorney General.
Thank you very much. Can I also
office
for the Chief Justice and the Attorney General and the President?
All right.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, the Chief Justice.
Another photograph. You know.
And the Deputy Minister of Justice.
Picture. The Chief Justice, the Deputy Minister of Justice, the President, and the duly appointed Attorney General, they get a photograph.
And the last set is members of the chambers of Viewer and Co.
Well, I remember say the Attorney General, in fact, newly appointed Attorney General already don't give the assurance, His Excellency, that with the experience in 30 years of experience in the luminary as a lawyer, he was able to make sure, say, with the support of the Chief Justice, the judges, the other lawyers, in belief, say, with the experience.
We will now get back to our seats for the exit of the President.
Well, the President could go for exits very soon. And then we will see if we will get the greatest opportunity to talk to
the rules for the exit of His Excellency the President and the Honorable Vice President.
Well, the President, they leave now, and also the Vice President. Yes, good morning, sir.
Well, I see all the support we get anyway. I see the place that you get the Deputy Minister there, you get all the judges. Congratulations again. Congratulations. Congratulations.
Yes, sir. Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
Congratulations to the newly appointed position.
Thank you.
What you could say? You can expect this or not?
I've been on work for this for a very long time. So I've been saying one day, as long as I stay alive, it must happen.
Okay. You're an experienced lawyer. So how you hope for inject that experience into this very important position?
Without appearing to be bluffing, I'll tell you, say, I'm a very successful lawyer in my private practice. I will boast for say I have the biggest law firm in the country. So, and I've been used for work as a team, including my lawyers in my office. So, with that same experience, I intend for transfer over to the new office. And I know, say, the Whitman they say 2 heads are better than one. With that type of work, type of networking, it was very difficult for them to go wrong.
All right, so what are you final word you have to tell to the general public as you don't get this important appointment?
Well, I thank His Excellency the President and his government for when they give me this opportunity for serve in this capacity. To the general public, I will tell them, say, let us be law-abiding. And I will assure them, say, as long as me dey on that seat, nobody will suffer injustice that I know of, except I not come to me notice. I must take measures for correcting.
Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you.
I wish you luck.
Thank you.
And I hope you go carry on your duty, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much. Yes, sir. Good morning, sir.
Good morning, sir.
It's, I believe, sir, obviously, you definitely are aware of the newly appointed Attorney General.
Yes, very much.
As the president of the Bar Association, how do you feel? How you feel?
Well, I think we welcome the new Attorney General, and we get our own expectations. Them we feel to say go meet this time, and we equally believe say he has been a legal practitioner all this while, so he knows exactly what we dey go through, and he know wetin for do. He has been a courtroom lawyer.
Okay, now you talk about expectations. What are the few expectations that they expect?
Well, one of the expectations we get, one of the critical areas where the bar always they look at we maintenance of or uphold the rule of law in the country. And upholding the rule of law, you must have feel it, you must have practiced it, and you must know the issues. And I think he is fit and competent for all of those.
Okay, so you are satisfied that you will handle that aspect the way, of course, with a man with a long experience.
We are hopeful.
Yeah.
Very hopeful.
All right. Okay. So, as president, when you go left, so you company lawyer then?
Well, I will let me company lawyers them for let we give the necessary support with you to the office of the Attorney General. We are all working towards justice. He is one of us. He is now the titular head of the bar. So it is but fit in that we give him the support so that we go able to uphold the rule of law in with jurisdiction once more.
Thank you very much.
Welcome, sir.